Truck races early in the year, and is a good friend of all of us here at ESPN and Saturday Night Thunder. Look here, they're pushing the leader, and that truck has not restarted.
The truck won't start. The ortho truck, the leader of the race, will not start.
Pushy loose is one problem. This is another problem. They got 2 minutes to fix it. Push truck is there.
And check this push truck out. They're talking to him. I don't know if they want to take a chance. They still have a couple of minutes.
High drama for the leader, Toby Butler. They're going to push it away and see if, oh, they got it started just as they were ready to bring the push truck up. So we don't get to see the push truck, which is a very cute Cadillac convertible. The ortho truck is back underway. Stan Fox woke up this morning and has been upgraded to fair condition. As you take a look at the field summary here, Fox had that horrible accident in the Indy 500. I can't explain it. You've all seen the pictures. The answer is no. He does not have foot and leg injuries. He has a head injury. He regained consciousness this morning and was upgraded to fair condition. It'll be a long way back, but Stan Fox is on the road to recovery. Butler leads it. Keselowski second. A wild scene behind them. And look at here. We get all the way down through 24. Too bad Kimmel dropped out early. He's kind of a favorite on this racetrack. If you're only 2 laps down in this race, you're very, very fortunate indeed. It is going to be a wild 99 laps to decide it as the field begins to form back up on the front straightaway. Benny, if you, let's go to Marty Reed first for a quick update.
Well, guys, you were mentioning Stan Fox's condition. We should also update brother of P.J. Jones, Page. He is doing much better walking, talking with some assistance, and the improvement continues there, and our best to Page as well. Also, we probably should update Jeremy Dale is now in Indianapolis at Methodist Hospital. I know he's tuned in. Get well soon. Also, Fabrizio Barbaza continues his recovery. Of course, they were involved in an IMSA crash. You know what? If we could just stop the crashes where guys get hurt, this would be a great job to have all the time.
Well, I'll tell you, there have been a lot of crashes here tonight, but it's pretty hard to get hurt on a low-speed racetrack like this. It is very easy to tear up an awful lot of hardware. We're going to get in one more quick break before we come back and throw the green flag and decide it in the final 99 laps on the Ford Credit 200 from Louisville Motor Speedway.
When cars raced at an awesome 5 miles per hour, Mobil Oil was there. When a race car broke 100, Mobil was in it. Mobil was in the winner of the first race across America. And just last year, Mobil 1 had the most first, second, and third place wins on the Indy circuit. We've been helping engines last for a long time. Mobil, changing oil for over 125 years.
Young guns of racing. And on their Sunday afternoon showdown, these next generation superstars start with the next generation die-hard battery. The longest lasting die-hard ever. The same die-hard you can buy at Sears. Don't trust your Sunday drives to anything less.
Today we're going to talk to Stu Grimson to see how he got his nickname, the Grim Reaper. Excuse me, Stu, a couple of questions. We could come back. This is a bad time. Let's just come on. Let's get out of here. Get the van. Let's get out of here. Get out of here.
All of us get busy with what we do every week. However, there's nothing more important than spending time with your family. Good night, air. Good night, noise everywhere. Take a moment and do something special with your family. You should never be too busy.
Thank you, Daddy. Thank you, Daddy.
This message brought to you by NASCAR. The teams, the tracks, the drivers.
It's pushy, loose, and hard to start, but Toby Butler's Ford leads this race over the Dodge of Bob Keselowski, which has never been this good in a NASCAR Super Truck race. And then comes the first Chevy, as that is Jones in third. Rick Corelli is fourth. The series point leader, Skinner, starts fifth on the restart. Joe Ruttman, the early leader, has held on for sixth. Sedgwick has spun once, but his 7th. Portgay has crashed twice, but his 8th will take Don back through the rest of the field. It's been that kind of night. Benny, how do you approach the last 99? What do you do differently after the break?
Well, my concern right now for Toby Butler, he has a new crew chief this week on that 21 Ortho truck. I just hope that they didn't over-adjust or something like that and get the truck in a loose or pushing condition, because he and the crew chief, this is the first race they've worked together. I think they're doing a great job so far, but we want to see him be right there at the end of the race.
Quick update from Marty Reed.
Well, guys, they're going to have a little trouble communicating. We found out from the team that, first off, the problem with the restart, well, he just flooded the motor, but they also discovered his earpiece is swimming around inside his helmet. At speed, he can't hear him, so they're not going to be able to communicate at all.
If I were the crew chief, I think I'd only have one word of instruction for my driver: stuck. You know, keep your head down.
I see Mike Bliss in the Ultra Wheels car, and underneath his right arm, if we can see that, it has a little message to Stan Fox that says,
there it is.
there you will, get well, Stan.
Get well, Stan. And of course, that sentiment reflected not only from the open wheel community, of which Bliss and Fox are fellow members, but I think throughout the racing world. Here's Butch Miller. Haven't heard a lot from Butch tonight. He is second ranked in the points, just 3 off the pace, but look how nice and clean and straight that truck is. He who keeps out of trouble right will do well. The green is back out. We're back underway at Louisville. Restart on lap 102. We'll see what Butler has as we go back to green. Well, he doesn't have anything for those 2 lap trucks that went by on the inside. Resendez and Hornaday get a lap back. The yellow truck of Butler is the leader. Keselowski picks up right where he left off. And here comes Pirelli up the inside. Number 6. Maybe ready to win one of these things.
Number 6 on the inside of P.J. Jones takes a spot away. Skinner and Jones making some contact down the back.
Skinner got off in the grass, emulating his truck owner Earnhardt in the Winston at Charlotte Motor Speedway a few years ago, but that was more of a save than anything else.
No, Childress owns that truck. Earnhardt owns the 16 truck.
I'm sorry. I knew I was going to make that mistake. You said car once. I made that mistake. I see that black green. It says Earnhardt all over it to me, but of course Earnhardt is the owner of the 16. The remains of the 16 are rumbling around here with a lap back right in front of Butler. I think last time we counted he was 6 down, but still in there scrapping because there's a championship waiting, and that is what is on the mind of Ron Hornaday. He's got Resendez up on the outside of the leader. This could get wild. The Papa John's team showing out the back end what the leader looks like as Butler tries to get back around it. Butler has put Resendez back a lap down. Looks like that truck's okay to me.
Looks like it's okay.
29's the one in trouble. What's up with Keselowski? Here he comes.
Oh, what's up with him? He's on the outside. That's what's up with him. Meanwhile, Corelli's trying to get by. I think the 16. And some contact. And once again, some contact. And Corelli takes the lead.
Keselowski got into the back of Butler. We were looking for smoke off Keselowski's truck. He rear ends him again a little bit as PJ goes to second spot. Skinner comes to third. We'll take another look at that one for sure. Childress is smiling now. Look at his man Skinner in that black 3. As he moves into the top 3, the leader Butler has had big trouble. And we'll get another look at how this all got started. Benny?
There we see Keselowski on the outside. He tries to go on the outside. We do see some smoke out of the 29. Now, some contact. Those 2 trucks make contact, and there goes the first 3 trucks by.
Skinner looked underneath there.
The leader spin, and Skinner goes by and takes the lead. There we see the leader, Hornaday, and the leader.
Corelli was
and
the
Hornaday,
leader.
yes.
And Hornaday got involved in it. The lap truck owned by Earnhardt, and at the end of the incident, it is Skinner who comes out on top. Sometimes there is no substitute for being in the right place at the right time. Corelli got to lead it for a lap and a quarter. Hornaday is stopped and doesn't appear to be coming back to life. Here's how it started.
Some contact between Hornaday and the 16 and the 6 of Corelli.
Right in front of all the traffic. Corelli goes around. The lead disappears. More contact behind him. Hornaday's not getting refired, and I'm not sure what now it's running. Yeah, he's got it back.
Looks like the right front might be flat on that truck, or it's just.
Looking like a pig, so I don't know if I done it or not.
Yeah, the right front's flat on Hornaday's truck.
Damn, got to take a look at it. She's all laid over on the right front.
Now that's Hornaday's crew we're hearing on the radio.
That was Doug Richard talking to him, said bring it in. We got to check it over.
Give me a tire, boys.
Give me a tire. Yeah, you bet.
A right front.
Did nothing right.
He had successfully unlapped himself on the restart after the halftime break, but that was one of a number of laps. At last count, 6 or 7 down. And let's go to Marty. Maybe we can find out more about what's up with Keselowski.
Well, according to the team, the breather has melted. He's literally got oil sort of overflowing, and that's spilling down on the motor, and then that's what's causing the smoke that you're seeing. I don't know if NASCAR's going to let him stay out. As of now, he's still out there.
Looks like the left front's flat on that truck, but I guess it's just low on air pressure.
He's all beat up in the left. Of course, it was Keselowski up alongside the former leader, Toby Butler, that got this thing started. We'll take a break and come back with more from Louisville Motor Speedway.
Wet roadways like this inspired Goodyear's newest all-season AquaTread radio, the all-new Goodyear AquaTread 2. With a deeper, wider aqua channel to sweep water away for outstanding wet traction and a new tread life compound. Goodyear gives you a 65,000-mile warranty, so you've got wet traction when you need it. The all-new 65,000-mile AquaTread 2, only from Goodyear.
Well, this is it.
Ooh, what a dump.
Don't worry. We know a good handyman.
What a dump.
Can you help?
Sure. Some primer, a couple of wing nuts. How's that?
That'll work. Hey, can you miter cut those floorboards?
Will do. Good news. The external beer tap is functional. Yeah!
When you've got the great taste of an ice-cold Miller Lite, life is good.
I could have done this.
Yeah.
I'd like to demonstrate the PGA golf class. This is how low you should go, and this is how loud it can be. At a senior event, though, you can go this loud, because they're getting a little bit older and their hearing isn't as good.
We're back live, Bristol, Tennessee, anticipating truck racing action. Dave Spain, Benny Parsons here with you.
Dave, I hear a noise. Marty Reed, what is that noise I hear?
Hey, it is the thunder of V8 horsepower. And I'll tell you what, there's some very happy faces. One of them is Walker Evans. He's been sitting in the car for 20 minutes. This guy's got a lead for Crandon, Wisconsin right after this race. He is a points leader in the Soda Off-Road Series. He's got a race there tomorrow. Then on the other end of the spectrum, P.J. Jones wants this race to go. You know why? He already gave up his room for the night.
Everybody's got their own problem. We're going to get her in tonight, but that means we got to fast forward that videotape so we can show you the finish from Louisville. You'll get 2 finishes for the price of 1 tonight on your Bargain Motorsports Network. We'll go back to Louisville and wrap up the truck race there and come back with another one live right after it. Stay with us. Even when you're 10th and beat all to pieces, you never stop working and you never stop hustling. TJ finally acknowledges the black flag in the crew. Go to work.
And they've got a saw. They're grabbed hold and listen. As the saw cuts the bed off the truck. Go.
Get her back out there.
And PJ does exactly as they say. He goes.
And there you see the remains of the diehard Chevy #1. Started the season as a Ford. Switched teams. And will now try to scramble back inside the top 10 here in the laps that remain. We should be about 20 to go as they rally for the restart. Look at Sprague's thing. It's almost beat up as badly as PJ's.
The body men will be, if they like a lot of work, they'll be delighted next week when all these trucks hit Charlotte or wherever they call home.
Well, they're supposed to go to Richmond. A lot of them supposed to test in Richmond on Monday. I hope they got enough.
They better have a backup
to test the backup truck. Skinner, Ruttman, and Corelli at the top 3. And then Butler. Then Miller. That's your top 5. 9 trucks on the lead lap. Portengay, Sedgwick, Bliss. Straight is the last one on the lead lap. Churchill's hung in there pretty well here today. Jerry's kid's doing a good job as we prepare for the restart. And one gets the feeling that they could do restarts from now until dark, and Skinner would just jump them every time. He's done it 3 times running. Let's see what happens this time. Ruttman marshals his forces behind him, trying to figure out how to do something with that black 3. Crowd set. Going to be about 19 to go, I believe, as they come down. We're green, and we're back underway at Louisville Motor Speedway. Skinner is unstoppable.
And Skinner gets a great jump, and Ruttman had all kinds of problems getting going. going. Is that a word?
I believe it is.
Okay, we
I knew
maybe one
exactly
anyway.
what you meant. I knew exactly what you meant. I don't know why, though, because he had a lot better restart than that previous time. Butler trying to work his way around Swindell's backup machine. Let's get a quick update from the pits with Marty Reed.
Well, remember, Toby Butler cannot hear the crew, but we asked him when he was falling back, does he have a problem? They said, no, he's telling us that he is saving the tires. He figures there's going to be a lot more yellow. So maybe he does have something left here.
He quickly disposed of Swindell. Will try to hunt down Rutman.
Well, 15 laps to go in time, Toby. You got anything? Now's the time to use it.
Cash it in, Tony. Show us all you got. Corelli is just holding his own in fourth and will now be under attack from Miller. That is for fourth spot. Miller looks like he's pretty tough on the bottom. Corelli up on the outside. You see him racing lookout.
Uh-oh, and Corelli loses control. The back end jumps out, and that gives Butch Miller the spot.
Run almost a whole lot. Well, Resendez in trouble now. He hit
If he didn't hit the wall, he missed an awfully good chance. Meanwhile, back to the race for the third spot. That's 21, Toby Butler, who has third. 98, Butch Miller is chasing him down. The 38 truck of Swindell lapped down.
He moves up out of the way. He sees Corelli coming in his rear and moves clear. Resendez is in trouble and will finally clear the racetrack. Butch Miller saves his best for last. Now Sammy says, hey, Butch, you got to go faster than that or I'll race you for it, buddy. This is for third, fourth, and fifth, and it's a fair ways behind Rutman, who's all alone in second, and the story of this race will be number 3, Skinner, unless something untoward happens in the last 10 laps. He is in control of it. Miller cannot pick up the point lead with 10 to go, but he can keep himself in the thick of it. Ooh, that was close.
Man, that was close. And up the hill goes Toby Butler. I thought he was going to lose that position to Butch Miller. And the reason we're showing you this race, we'll just tell you that Skinner right now has 20-25 car lengths on the second place truck of Joe Rutman. So we'll show you the race for third place, which is a great race.
Rutman may be closing on Skinner a little. We're going to get a yellow. What's this for?
Debris down in the turn 1.
Probably from Resendez mishap then. Resendez came back, cut across the pits, went back out.
There it is, later on the racetrack. It looks like a brake duct. D-U-C-T.
Quack, quack, quack. Eagle-eyed spotter says, guys, we got to clean that up. We get the 11th caution of the day. One last shot at the leader, Mike Skinner. I'll say it again. I think they could line him up and do restarts from now until tomorrow. And unless there is a minor miracle, Skinner's going to cover him time after time. He's just got a great truck when it matters most late in the event.
He just threw the duck over in the grass. He treated that radio rather poorly as he banged it off the asphalt. Now, Joe, try first gear on a restart. If he's trying second gear, try first. If he's trying third, try second.
Whatever he did last time, do something different.
Do something different,
paid
right.
off. Skinner, Rutman, Plummer, Miller, Corelli, the top 5.
Now we're in the 10-lap rule. So the lap cars will not line up beside the leaders. These cars will line up single file with Rutman right on the back of Skinner. So this will help Joe somewhat. He will not have that slow traffic, those lap cars on the inside of him.
Remember at our Tucson telecast, P.J. Jones so impressively making up laps on every restart. Now, Rutman needs just one great restart to claim the first victory for Ford and the first for his team. He's trying to get himself in front of the man who has won 3 times and started from the pole 5 times, and the black 3, Mike Skinner. It's going to be very tough. We'll see it in a lap. They've been given the 1 to go signal as we set up for the finish.
You know, maybe old Rutman has lulled Skinner into thinking that he can't restart. Just waiting for a restart single file, you see. Could he be that smart?
Well, a certain danger in that because you're never quite sure that last restart is going to come, but who knows? Whatever the strategy, the payoff is going to come very quickly. They're up in turn, I would call it 3. Some drivers will tell you it's about turn 9. In any case, they're coming for the green. Here is the all-critical, perhaps final restart of the race. Skinner's got his foot down. Rutman's got his foot down. Butler right behind him. I didn't see Skinner do anything wrong there. If Rutman Ruttman did something different. I couldn't see it because Skinner jumped him just like he did the previous 3 times. In fact, the challenge to Ruttman is from behind. I don't think anybody has anything for Mike Skinner here this evening in the waning hours of daylight at Louisville Motor Speedway. The race is for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Butch Miller working on Toby Butler.
That is their 4th place truck, the Rebesta truck, number 98, as he tries his best to get by Toby Butler in the number 21, the green and yellow ortho truck.
And there's the move up the inside. This may be it in the middle of the D on the backstretch. Butch puts the nose out front. Said, I'm a top 3 truck. Can I catch those guys up front? Laps are very, very short. He's going to have to do something in a big hurry. This one is almost over, and it's going to the book as a Skinner payday and heyday. There should be one to go this time by. Mike Skinner off turn 4, takes the white flag. Ruttman, frustrated, can do nothing with it. Will sit back and settle for 2nd spot. And Butch Miller with a key pass at a critical moment will get to 3rd. This is 4th and 5th, and it may be decided at the wire. Will Corelli try to pull something off here with Butler? Crowd on its feet. Checkered flag falls for the 4th time this year on Mike Skinner. Butler held off Corelli for 4th and 5th. The runner-up spot to Ruttman. 3rd will be Butch Miller. And so it's Chevy, Ford in the top 3. That is a pretty good story right there. A pretty good visual picture of what this race was all about. Beat it to pieces, but keep it running and keep it healthy enough to win.
We see the damage to the door of that truck. He crashed on the very first lap. Crashed on the very first lap. We see Richard Childress congratulating all his crew. So, Richard, the trip here was worthwhile after all, wasn't it?
Worth burning up all that jet fuel to get back here and see that. Skinner will go to victory lane. We'll be hearing from Marty Reed and the winner. It is over at Louisville. It was wild. We'll be back to hear from the winner right after this timeout. ESPN, the world leader in motorsports coverage, live from Bristol International Raceway in Tennessee for the Pizza Plus 150, the NASCAR Super Truck Series by Craftsman. And the trucks have just this moment rolled out onto the high bank half mile. Hello, everyone. I'm Dave Despain along with Benny Parsons. Hey, we're an hour late, but we're live and they're running. We're going to have a race tonight.
We're going to have a race, and we're going to do it on some racetrack that you're finally familiar with, folks.
We come back to Bristol, a Winston Cup racetrack. You've seen it a lot here on ESPN. We've seen it a lot. These drivers haven't seen it from the cockpit. That may be a big deal tonight.
Exactly. These drivers have not seen it. Folks, if you're a Winston Cup fan or a motorsports fan, you've been seeing a lot of racetracks with the super trucks you haven't seen before. But now you're at Bristol, Tennessee, a racetrack you're very familiar with. And the starting grid that we're going to show you, forget about that. Marty Reed, it has changed.
Has changed dramatically as 8 members of this starting field, including 3 of our top 5 in points, and our pole sitter, Mike Skinner, were late for the drivers' meeting. They are going to go to the back of the field. It's sort of like if you were the first 20, you might feel like chum in a pool of sharks because there are 8 man-eaters at the back of this field that are going to be chewing their way to the front. And you got to believe that these guys are going to be making tracks. This is only 150 laps, and if you remember, 150 laps, it only takes about 15, 16 seconds to get around this racetrack. So from that standpoint, these guys are going to have to make fast tracks if they want to get back to the front of the pack. If anybody can do it, Mike Skinner can, because as you saw from that Louisville race, he was able to come from an early spin from the back of the pack and go all the way to victory lane. David, back to you.
Skinner has been to victory lane 4 times, qualified on the pole tonight, but as Marty reports, will have to go to the back because of that driver meeting episode. We'll take a look at the starting lineup. This is the way they qualified. It's Skinner and Sammy Swindell with a good qualifying run in 2nd spot, and then comes Joe Ruttman and Jimmy Hensley, the Winston Cup star, who has a new ride in Winston Cup that we'll talk about later, in 4th starting spot here tonight. He did make it to the drivers' meeting. Rick Corelli and Toby Butler are 6th and 7th. Then comes Ron Hornaday starting 8th with Jeff Bodine of the Winston Cup Series making one of his truck appearances here this evening. He also missed the drivers' meeting. We'll go to the back. Same with Paige Jones. 31, of course, starting at 11th spot is Jack Sprague. Comes out of Concord, North Carolina. Mike Bliss with a new number on the truck, but it's the same truck. Bliss is the USAC open wheel champion, of course, from the Silver Crown division. Walker Evans with his busy weekend starts 13th. The coach is 14th, Jerry Glanville. 15th is Steve Portengay out of California with Bill Sedgwick alongside. Scott Lagasse, the road racer from Florida, and Bob Strait are 17th and 18th. Then Kelsolowski, the ARCA veteran in the Dodge, and Kerry Teague alongside. The 21st spot belongs to Randy Churchill. He shares the row with Steve McEachern. Bob Brevac and Jerry Churchill, Randy's daddy, are in the next row. T.J. Clark and Kirk Shelmerdine. Yes, he of former Winston Cup crew chief fame. Nemechek, this is John Nemechek, will be starting in the back row with Tim Nooner, who's not expected to go very long here tonight. That truck is in trouble. Benny?
And Mike Chase also added to the field. Track description, Bristol, Tennessee, 5.533 mile oval. Front stretch and back stretch, both 650 feet. Turns are banked 36 degrees. That's not a misprint, folks. 36 degrees. Straightaway 16 degrees. Tonight we have in-truck cameras. There we see Walker Evans as he goes by P.J. Jones. That's their camera in the Die Hard Chevrolet. Ron Hornaday, the Papa John's Pieces Chevrolet. This is the Dale Earnhardt-owned Chevrolet, or I should say Teresa Earnhardt-owned Chevrolet.
And I would think that now we're going to go on board with Mike Bliss. This will be Mike Bliss's view, looking out the back. He hopes at the whole field here this evening. Of the statistics that you quoted, I think the definite significant one is that 36-degree banking. This is a real rock on a spring racetrack, 118 miles an hour. They'll go 150 laps, take a break after 76. There you see that qualifying speed. This is the first time the trucks have run here, and the purse is $151,000, which is worth waiting around an hour for the rain to stop and get out there and go do your day's work for it. That, of course, is in addition to all the money that Ford and Chevrolet put up for their teams that run in this series.